Yeah.
So I've been probably like you, I've been finding more and more and more individuals that aren't in the world of emotional intelligence. They don't practice it. They don't coach it. They don't speak on it, are posting articles that are about it and tagging it with a stream of information of, this is so important for everybody, you should read this article. And I'm just thinking, yes, that's amazing. All of the research is out there. It is very important for people to know about it. Why it still has this sort of, not a false start, but you know, when you go to turn your engine over and the first time it just doesn't quite click, and then you do it a second time and you're like, oh, there it was, just needed that extra little gas in the tank or whatever it really took. They're over that initial hurdle. Sometimes I'm still convinced the initial hurdle is just the word emotional. If it was called something else, perhaps more people would adopt it a lot faster. What do you think?
It's funny that you say that you find that the word that might be the speed bump is emotional. For me, I've had some conversations with people where for them, the thing that sticks is the intelligence. Like, what do you mean? You know, this is, you're talking about my intelligence. Like there's a disconnect with some folks around, you know, IQ, EQ. And the word emotional intelligence to them just doesn't compute. So yeah, it's interesting that for some people it's the word emotional and for some people it's intelligence. Yeah.
You know, Teresa, I think that there's so much to what you just said around feeling like you haven't had the full momentum of the push. It almost feels like it's been in buzzland forever. Although I do see that there's an interest in this and it's picking up more and more. To your comment around the word emotional, I do feel that it has a lot to do with the word. I feel that when we think about the word emotion, we think about therapy, we think about problems, we think about sadness, we think about anxiety, we think about all the things that we don't want to touch, not only in our personal lives, but also in the workplace. So it can be a bit of a deterrent when people think to themselves, is this something that I want to bring into my organization? And there are many other reasons why as well. We can talk about some of those later on. So I agree. I think that the word has a lot to do with it. I believe that the more that we can have conversations like this to help people understand what it really is and why it really matters will help to demystify some of those ideas.
And it's, you know, you're so right, Teresa, like people are sort of putting things out there and going, hey, I just found this new jewel and it's, you know, it's, look at it, so shiny and sparkly and it really makes sense now, especially with what we're going through without, you know, really understanding exactly what it is. I heard something today, interesting, that hindsight is 2020. So we're in 2020. We're feeling things that we haven't felt, you know, or let ourselves feel previously in the workplace as leaders. You know, we're seeing an importance of our emotions and other people's emotions like we've never seen before in this particular situation. So we have, you know, this is the blessing of what's going on right now, is that 2020 will be our hindsight year. So hindsight being 2020 is having us be able to reflect back on, you know, what we did and how we were previously is not, you know, we have to change that because we're now getting an awareness around the benefit of not, you know, acting and reacting and working like we did before or leading as we did before.